Hey guys and gals, it's Jim, aka Armorama, and we're back for another couple of games in World of Tanks. My crickly chair is making noises. I need to maybe oil this thing up. No, that was not a reference to anything else but actual like WD-40. Okay, so this was an interesting match. This was the last game I was to play in my T71 before leading it. I've actually got the T69 and I'm pretty happy with it. Little odd because I'd never actually gotten an ace mastery in this, and I was kind of like hoping, oh, it's not going to be the last game because I was going to keep this tank, but be sure nice to get an ace mastery. Well, we'll see if I get an ace mastery in this, but it is an interesting game nonetheless. And I've got another follow-up game in the SU-122-44 as well, which both of these kind of have a kind of a close call theme. I guess that's probably what I'm going to call this. Very, very, very close call. Alright, so this game, as you can see, is on Siegfried Line, and it is a 9.1 game. I just played this tonight, so I should be able to do this upright. This game was not functioning, or tonight XVM seems to be down. This is pretty much all we had at the time of the game, too, 49%er. A little bit curious, actually, to see maybe later what some of the stats were on some of these players, but we pretty much had no real big information to go by here. Alright, so let me just double check. I don't want to do that. Alright, so here we're back. Okay, so first of all, made some comments in here about this being my last game. I guess I just missed those. But I head over here to this, not my last game, but my last game before leading it. I head over here to this point because this is usually a good point to spot from on this map. Don't want to go too far through the bush here, but I did actually go all the way through. Probably telegraphed to Artie that somebody was here. But let's go ahead and switch into my view mode. And right away, there's the FCM. And he hasn't spotted me yet, but of course now he has. He might have spotted me before I fired, actually, since I was fully outside the bush, and he was, well, probably within, well, maybe not within view range. And I tried to back up here and get some shots on him, but it didn't quite work as planned. And then he got into a nice spot there, and I just went right behind that concrete, whatever the heck that thing is. I'm always curious how those things worked. It almost looks like they had, like, something to, like, stick in there to actually make it hard, like an actual gate. If there was something to go through, like big metal poles or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that guy's still there, and there he shows up again. The FCM 50T. As you can see, we're getting plastered by Artie and so forth, but nothing's hit me so far. And I'm just basically doing some spy work. Now you can see from the map that we literally have no players. It's me and this AMX-12T and an M4A3E2. And we're it, with the exception of probably some support. Now we did take a little hit there. Some support from a T71 also is going to stay in the area. The nice thing about the T71 is the ammo refresh rating, because I think it's about 14 seconds to get my ammo fully back to full, so you're going to see me take advantage of this a lot in the game. I don't know how I got spotted there. I think there's someone up. It wasn't the Rheinmetall. I think it was that Jagdtiger maybe, up in the Jagdtiger up in the city there. I take a quick look at him just to see if I can get a shot, and I would have had a shot here potentially, I think, but he disappears. Alright, so luckily now the FCM 50T is dead. 50 ton. And I can just concentrate on the Rheinmetall Borsig, which is a very, very nasty opponent. I do not want him hitting me. He can practically one-shot me, potentially if he had the 150. But I don't think he does. Most people usually use the 128. Wait to see if I can get a shot. I see him moving around. I can see some trees falling down here, so we just wait. Take our time and wait for a shot. There he is. There were two there. I don't know if, or at least maybe he was swinging around. It kind of looked like there were two tanks there for a second, but I can see now the M4A3E2 is over there also, but he was on the other side. I think he pulled back. Otherwise, he probably would have shot me there. But I fire a couple shots here just in case he's still sticking out at all. And then there's an AT-8. Now, I missed some shots on this AT-8. I really should have been shooting at the AT-8 basically that whole time. Now, as you can see, we're not doing too well. We're down 4 to 6. They've knocked out 6 of ours, and we've only knocked out 4 of theirs, but we're about to somewhat shift that around a little anyways. Got a little bit of that M4 there, but only get 1 shot. T71 is a really nimble scout tank. You can see the RM4A3E2 is moved up, so we've got kind of their opposite numbers there. We've recovered a bit. We're now set 6-7. That's good. But I believe things are going to go south even more here in a second. I'm just waiting to get this Rheinmetall Borsig. I don't want to really try to make a move, but he's been knocked down to 102 hit points, which is nice. And I get a shot here and take it, and he's out. So we haven't done a whole lot of damage, 700. And I went ahead and reloaded there because I know I wanted a full magazine going in, and I've decided basically this is my time to cross the field and to get into the town and try to do some good. Now we're 7-10. Only got 5 tanks left. Probably a lot of those are in really bad shape. Our IS-3 just took one out though, so now we're 8-10. This tank has a pretty quick cruising speed. As you can see, 64 kph there, even on some uneven terrain. Alright, so here's the AT-8. He's kind of first up.
Enemy is hit.
And only requires 2 shots for him. So now we killed 2. Who's next? Well, I think probably this Jagdtiger. And he's going to get me once. I knew that. That was basically a given. There's another one out. Quick. We're going to hit C right now. And we're going to get the heck out of there. The Panzer Soufflé tries to come around at me, but he luckily gets... Oh, and then I realized that FB304 is back there, so I'm going to wait for my reload. I kind of get an eye on him, trying to move around. I mean, he really needs to hit me. He overshoots me there. And he's out of there. Now the Panzer Soufflé has moved around the corner, and he has a shot at me, but I think he's going to miss. Or he's just fired. I think he had just fired, actually. And I knew that. Alright, well now we're up to 5. So things have shifted quite a bit, although we're 3 to 2 now. They've got 3 tanks, and we've only got me and Artie, which is in deep trouble down there with the SU-100. So I've got an SU-100 straight ahead of me. I've got this T-29 who's been spotted over to my left, up near the A line. I'm really cognizant of that as I'm coming down here. I need to get some shots on this guy. That one unfortunately hit my own teammate, because he wasn't realizing he was going to move forward. Don't think he probably would have survived too long anyways. Alright, so my plan here was to just... Well, first I wanted to just kind of poke the hill. And I didn't actually notice him there. I see now in the replay that he actually showed up and I had a new position. But he just was there so briefly. I'm not really sure why that happened. Of course, my team's talking to me. Thanks, T71, keep it up. And I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? All right, well, I thought about trying to flank the T29, and then I was like, you know, with this Artie out there, and he's got 2 kills, I better go after the Artie. So I try to book it out of here as fast as I can, but the T29's already crested the hill. And I try to get a shot on him, but that was really a waste of time. I should have kept going forward. Basically, this last bit is me being pretty panicky. Well, I mean, I was clear of mind here, although the adrenaline was really going through. I slow down there. Actually, I just slowed down because it was tough going up the grass. I should have stayed on the pavement. So my decision a minute ago or so was to basically let's hunt down the Artie first. We'll leave the T29 for last. And kind of shifting around here a lot because I know the Artie probably has a bead on me, and I don't want some random Artie shot to do me in. Alright, well now I know I should at least be stealthed again. I've got 6th Sense in this crew, which really on a tank like this, you got to have it. M44 saying, you got this! Yeah. I'm hoping I do. I'm hoping I do at this point. I take a wild shot there. Shoots way over me. And now I've got all the time in the world basically to kill this guy.
Critical hit. Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged.
That's a lot of shots to kill an M12.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Alright, so now we're down to our last 4 APCR shots. Now, I make a decision here to load heat. And then I change my mind. I start loading the APCR again. And then I change my mind again and load the heat in a second. So I wasn't really sure what was the best thing to go after. The T-29 does have some really strong armor. I knew that the heat, if I fired it, got caught up there on the wall. I knew if I fired it in the right spot that potentially the heat would be better. So, but I can't, you know, waste a shot on tracks or something like that with heat. No, I can't waste a shot with APCR either on tracks. But so we fly by here. I want to try to get in a better position. And I want to basically take this guy from behind or take him by surprise, and just basically kind of doing some scouting here to see if he's trying to, and then the Yogg-Tiger and the enemy teams, we are so screwed, I assume he's saying. Now, you know, I've got 315 hit points left, and of course the average damage on a T-29 big barreled gun, which I assume is what he has, since he's killed 4 tanks, is 320, I believe. Is that not right? Or is that be a high roll? But anyways, I know it's around 300 or whatever. So I love this guy, the M44, or actually let's pause this for a second. Actually, the chat is interesting. Oh, I can't access the chat, can I? Well, anyways, so why did it? Oh, that was me. Full speed. The chat was interesting because this guy's saying, this Panzersupply saying, he should be in a tier 10 game. Like the T71 is so OP. I slow down a little bit through here because I want to, I want to basically search these streets again just to make sure. And here's where I basically am about to win or lose this game. So I'll just let you watch it and see what you think. Okay, there he is.
We didn't pen. We're
Yeah.
done for. Everyone get
I
out.
thought my reload would be faster and that he would have to take a lot longer to aim. I mean, he did just shift over. He basically snapshotted me there. And I really thought I was going to go ahead and take a look at this again because I really want to see how close this was. And maybe I totally screwed this up. I should have, as soon as I'd taken that first shot, I should have moved back or moved forward and thrown him off of his aim, but I didn't. Even better, I should have just poked slightly around that corner and then had time and so forth to move back. But let's go ahead and slow this down. We're at 1/2 speed. Actually, let's go back to 1 speed. I'll slow it down right towards the end here. All right, and right about here, we'll slow it down. 1/2 speed, 1/4 speed, 1/8 speed. 1/16 speed. All right, so Yogg-Tiger at 8.8. These guys are idiots. No, you're about to see the idiot. Okay, so and should spot. See, now if I'd stopped right here, I should have stopped here. Would have had a shot. He had a lot of blockage there. I could have easily shot him between it. So I'm still moving. See, all this time I could have been stopped and aiming. He's moving his barrel. He's already seen me. No, actually, he's not moving his barrel. He hasn't seen me. Okay. I fired.
Penetrate their armor.
I hit him. Here's my reload. He's still turning his barrel. He's still turning his barrel. I'm halfway through my reload. He is going to fire imminently. Yeah, he had plenty of time to aim, actually. Well, of course, my reload is pretty fast.
We're done for. Everyone
But
get out.
yeah, look at the shockwave effect. That was kind of cool. Yeah, so kerboom. Yeah. And he had 140. I only needed to hit him once. He had 148 left. I really think I should have fired a PCR for one thing. Trying to fire heat at him at that angle. I knew he was in this area too. I'm sure if some of you watching earlier saw that he did trigger the cap circle siren. So I knew he was near the cap circle. It's not like I didn't know where he was. So I should have flown through here, got a sighting on him. Probably what I should have done is come through this street over there and then actually approached with a little more cover and so forth. But even if I just popped out here, shot him, I would have been fine. But anyways, enough of second guessing myself. It was a good run. You know, it was what it was. Let's take a look at the stats. Here is the results screen of the sad T71 7-kill loss. And as you can see, I did get my ace mastery. A bit of a bittersweet ace mastery, but an ace mastery nonetheless. All right, so just taking a quick look at the team scores. You can see that we were number 1 with 1,663 base XP, only 2,833 damage. Not a whole lot, you know, enough for this tank at that tier, with 7 kills, obviously. T29 had a even better game, not in terms of damage anyways. 5 kills, 3,000 damage. I actually should have looked at that player when I was out, just to see what his stats look like. But anyways, so not detailed report. Made 27,000. We had to resupply some ammunition, obviously. We did hit that arty, so that cost us a little bit there. Fired 39 shots. 29 were direct hits. 25 penetrations. We only received 3 hits. That was enough to kill us. And we did 1,800 in damage due to our assistance. So that was good. You know, good to see this game. I had another game, well, maybe 10 matches later. That was also interesting and also a close call. Let's show you that one too, I guess. So here we are in my SU-122-44 again. I really do love this tank. This has got a really rusty crew in it. They don't even have 6th Sense yet. I think this match is actually going to get me to a full 100% on the commander. So I think all the other crewmen are at 100%, just the commander's at 99. And I'm training this crew up for another tank, obviously. So another Russian tank destroyer. So we're playing on Karelia. It's only a 52%er, and again, XVM was down tonight, so we don't have any other stats on players, which is fine, you know. Don't know how they're getting the 52% if they can't see the other players' stats, but okay. Maybe they're looking at other World of Tanks known information, so. But, you know, we got quite a few other tanks in IS, a Tiger 2, T-34, 1 on the other team, and let's just take off, shall we? And you can see I'm making a beeline towards a spot I've actually never used before, but we'll go ahead and see how that goes for me. And let's see. Yeah, here's my view as I was playing the game. I decided to stop here because a lot of times, especially in these lower tier matches on this map, players tend to cross over through here to try to get into the middle, and I really don't like that. I don't like when they get down into the middle area. It's very, very disconcerting. So I thought I would try to catch somebody here going down, and I can say quite honestly, I don't do that. I'm actually going to speed this up to 2 times speed. And I'm looking, no, nothing's happening. Nothing's really happening on the map. We haven't even spotted the first player yet. This opposite enemy team is really rushing out on the field, aren't they? Okay, I'll go ahead and slow it back down, because I believe what I do here is move up. Now we've spotted our first, the VK 3001D is up there. Let me fix, I didn't realize I didn't do that on the other one. Vehicle tier, vehicle time. I don't care, I don't want player names. I don't want player names. Okay, everyone should be good there. Alright. Nope, there we go. Alright, so now we can see that, yes, that's a VK 3001D up there. It's probably annoying on the other game when I hadn't switched them. I really wish the replays, people, if you're a World of Tanks employee, if you're a Russian tank, World of Tanks developer, fix the replay thing so it doesn't do that, please. That would be really nice. Alright, so I see that there's a Tiger up here, and I know that he's probably going to pummel those guys eventually. And I may be needed up here, so I decided to move up to try to support my teammates. And as we're climbing up this hill, switching into the, I don't know why, switching into the first-person view, or the gunner view. That's what we should call it. Now, I don't know what that, hey. Why are you not, oh, destroyed. Yeah, that was the, oh goodness. Hold on. That was the VK3001H. That, so I thought maybe the Tiger would come down, but he was pretty smart. But the Churchill decides to come down, and I think he shot at me there, but I must have bounced it. So I can see, obviously there's a Panzersoufflé up there. There's the Tiger. There is a, he's not showing up. There's a Churchill over there. I'm using my, oh, and then I got shot up by a 3001D who's sitting up there probably in a really stupid spot, actually. And we have been joined by a T-25/2. I'm not sure what he was thinking sitting there. I mean, there is an Arty, an AMX-13F3, and that thing can seriously throw a large shell across the map. I've one-shotted Yog Panthers with that very tank, or Arty. It's one of the few Arty I actually own. Bad shot there. I should have taken my time and taken that shot. But I'm actually cognizant of the Arty here, and I don't want to sit here for very long. But we do get that one. I take a shot here. I'm actually curious. Yeah, I don't know where that one came from. I think it's the Nashorn. He's over there. I guess he can see me. He must be further out here in the middle. Yeah. And I don't want to take another shot, so I'm trying to angle. And maybe even get a shot on him. This was probably dumb, because he must have pulled back or something. I believe he would have had a shot at me there. Oh, there goes another wiffle ball. Okay, so the Tiger is down to 63%, but that's still, you know, more than 50. And this T-25-2, I think, is about to bite the dust. And that was the Arty. Yes, well, as I was saying. Okay, so get back into first-person view. He does get me there. I think with some heat, actually. I thought I heard it sizzle. And not sure why he popped back out again. I got a nice high roll there. The M6 decides to jump in front of me, and I'm not sure that was a sacrifice move, but he did kill the Tiger, thankfully. So then we're pretty much clear on this top front. I'm going to speed it up a bit, because I believe nothing really happens here while we're flanking around. I point out that the Nashorn's down there. Hopefully someone will go look for him. Of course, I realized that the Nashorn actually was up on the hill the whole time. For some reason I thought he was down off the top of the hill there and just moved forward, but nope. Alright, well, now we'll slow down to 1 again. And he's still up on the hill. The Hellcat's probably what shot me. See, the Hellcat has shown up down there. So now I'm thinking at this point, well, we flanked them. This game's over, right? I mean, this is going to be a massacre from this point forward, because you know, I'm going to get the Nashorn here. I'm going to probably get the Arty, who's up here or behind me or to my left. And look, there's an SU-100Y over there. There's a Comet. There's a Churchill GC. No, there's a Churchill GC. Yeah, that's really not saying much. But you know, and they've got a T-49, an M4, and a Yog Panther over there to deal with. But as soon as we kill this Hellcat, which is now dead, and the Nashorn, which I'm sure will be dead momentarily, actually spot the Nashorn here in just 2 seconds. There he is. And I'm actually curious. I want to slow this down because I didn't take a shot intentionally, because I know my barrel's bouncing around. I ram him. Do 137 damage. Now, he was destroyed by the AT-8. Okay. I must have fired just a half second too late. Or a tenth of a second too late. And
Track fixed. Let's roll.
Wait a minute. Did it say... Hold on. Okay. So, we don't have the M6?
We've lost a track.
Oh, the M6 killed him. Okay. Right. I was like, we don't have an M8. Alright, so back to where we were here. Okay. So, now I know basically that... I'm kind of looking down there to see if there's anything. And I gotta look for the Arty. My figure is probably right over here, and lo and behold, there he is. And we zoom in quick for a shot. He takes a shot on us. Well, actually, he didn't take a shot on us. For some reason, I thought he did. Probably the last game. Okay, so now we're 3-3, but, you know, the Jog Panthers killed 5, but we've killed 5, and of course our T-49s killed 1. So, but I was a little worried here, because even though we do have that VK3601H up by our cap, I'm like barely at render range, and definitely not within visibility range from sitting here. So I'm really going to need that VK3601 to stay alive. And he should know that. Anytime you're in that situation where you've got players on the fringe, out far away from potentially someplace, you need to know that you're their eyes. You know, I can see that T49. I'm going to get a shot on him, and boom.
Enemy armor is
Okay, so
destroyed.
he's dead. Now this Yog Panther's moving in, and unfortunately I just don't reload. Well, I did reload fast enough, and I take a shot, but it just totally donks. But now here's the problem. The Yog Panthers move slightly outside my render range. See that line right there? That white box is my render range. It's not going to show up. So I'm trying to pull forward a little bit. Maybe get it to show up. I take a few shots here, speculative shots, hoping that that's where he is on that little, edge corner. I probably should have started moving down at this point. I don't know why I didn't. But I wanted to keep this position, because I figured if they moved down, and if that VK3601 could stay alive, and he is taking hits, he's down to 4%. He caught on fire, basically. So that was unfortunate. The Yog Panther killed him. So the Yog Panther now has a top gun. Good for him. Good tank. Good tank. All right, so we've got an M4 and a Yog Panther against the two of us. An M6 who is at 76% health. I am at less than 50% health, right? Yep, way less than 50%. But I've got at least one, well, I've got a hit left in me. Probably even from the Yog Panther. But he's capping. Or one of them's capping. We don't know which one. Probably the Yog Panther. But that M4 has got to be up there by now, because I'm a little worried he's over to my left and he's going to shoot me in the butt. But here's where we see that he's not. So, well, actually, we'll see. Ah, there he is. He's at 23%. They're both at 23%. They're like the 23% twins. Now, you notice what I'm doing. I'm holding, for anybody who doesn't know to do this, you see where the arrow reticle is. I'm trying to put my reticle over that to see if I get a shot on these guys, but I'm still moving my tank forward. So that's a good trick to use if you haven't figured that one out yet, to basically know whether you should stop and take shots. And I couldn't see them. Now they've gone completely off the radar screen, and we're going to just haul ass trying to get there. Not enough time, the 3601H is saying. Well, that's because you're a noob. There is enough time. They're at 72, but... Oh, I see the M4. I need to get a shot. Oh, no, I pulled up too far. I don't have gun... No, gun depression not found. Pull back.
Enemy
He's
vehicle
dead.
destroyed.
And the M6 gets the Yog Panther. So, there you go. That was the end of that one. Alright, so here's the results screen on that battle with the SU-122-44. You can see it's a victory. We generated 70,450 credits and 1,510 experience. That was a ×1. I'd already played this one for the ×2 today. And you can see quickly we did 1,007 base XP with 2,138 damage. So not an incredibly great game. I mean, I put it in there because it was such a close call, and it really was looking like we may not get there in time. Even no matter what I said. You can see on the enemy team, the Yog Panther did have a good game too. He actually beat me out by 1 base XP point, and of course he got the top gun. But and he did a lot more damage than me, 2741. And that really is a good tank. This was my favorite tank, the Yog Panther, before getting this tank actually. So I played a lot of battles in the Yog Panther. Good tank. We fired 13 times. We had 8 direct hits and 8 penetrations. We received 7 hits with 4 penetrations and 3 non-penetrations. We did 210 blocked by armor. And we did 710 assistance damage, which is good. So we netted about 51,000 on that, and that is a premium tank. And as Quickie Baby pointed out recently, this tank does not have the new 9.2 system where armor, or is it 9.1 actually that was brought out, but the system where basically when you fire you lose most of your camouflage value. It actually maintains either some or all. I forget what it is, but it might not be as good as the E25, which he recently featured. But well, I hope you enjoyed those 2 matches. I had fun playing them. They were both today on 9.2, I should say. If I said 9.1 earlier, that was my error. And we'll do some more stuff soon. I got some other battles I need to do to narrate on. I just wanted to get these done today because I just played them and they were fresh in my mind, and sometimes that gives me the best kind of a commentary on them. If you enjoyed these, let me know, and we'll see you next time on PC War Machine.